Today we're checking out the SSA APM-X wireless Bluetooth SPL meter. So these are a little pricey. They're around 400 bucks. They are wireless. They have a rechargeable battery. They come with a cable and the cigarette lighter adapter for your car to charge it. And you can just use the USB to charge it, in your home. So these are really cool units if you want to test your SPL on your system, but there's also other functions on there I'm going to show you when we get it hooked up out in a vehicle. But I'll put a link below if you guys are interested in buying one of these. Really nice units. I've had this for a little while. It's really been helpful in not only maximizing my system, but it's got handy tools too, like it has memory. You can store different readings and label them so you can look back later. It shows you live frequency, so like if you're listening to a song and you want to know, oh, where's that bass hitting? Oh, it's 33 hertz. It'll show you live. You can use this with the app or just standalone. So as you can see, it'll show you the meter readings right now with nothing hooked up. So you can use the app, but you don't have to use the app. So let's go ahead and get this thing hooked up, and I'll show you guys how this works and the features it has. Now this does work with Android and iPhone, but there are more features on the app with Android, and I'll show you that later. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so here's this SSA SPL meter now hooked up. Now this is an Android phone. I will say that there's more features on the Android phones than the iPhones. I reached out to them and asked when they would be adding the features to the iPhone, and they did not know an ETA. So I'm not sure. The iPhone, you just get the basic functions, which is the SPL, the live frequency. So right here what this does, it shows you the real-time frequency and the SPL, which is handy. Like if you're listening to a song or something and you want to know what bass note that is, this is a cool feature because it'll tell you that right here. This is the max. We haven't done anything yet. It'll always default to something. And you also have like a spectrum graph which shows you, the peaks of the frequencies. But now on the Android phone, you have different functions like average, where it'll show you your average. And also you can take a video with the readings. Like if you're going to use the same phone to take a video that the SSA meter is hooked up to, you can take a live video and show the SPL readings. So that's a cool feature if you're into taking videos with it. And also there's a gallery. So you can see here I've saved some past tests. So you can name the tests and save them and go back and look up later what you got. So really cool features. That's one of the things you get for the little bit higher price tag on this than some of the other meters. So this is the main screen here. So let's go ahead and check it out, and I'll show you how it works. So we put the meter up on the top right windshield. Usually that's where to test. Some guys put it down on the floor. Typically it's actually louder on the floor. But kind of the general rule, as far as what I know, is to put it on the windshield, on the glass. So that's where you mount the meter, turn it on. So let's go ahead and do a sweep, and then we'll do a max SPL try. Keep in mind, I'm not maxing this out. This is just to show how this works, but let's go ahead and do a sweep and see how it reacts. Okay, so you can see it showed you live the decibels it was hitting at what frequency, and then it held the max. So on this one, we did 133.41 at 35 hertz. If you wanted to save that, you can save it. Scroll down and there's a save button right here. You can save that and name it. There's also kind of like a spectrum analyzer. You can see, the surrounding areas, like what frequencies it hit. So it's really cool. So now let's go ahead. It says here that on our sweep But we hit 35 hertz was our max, so let's go ahead and try now a separate 35 hertz only and see what we get. Okay, so let's go ahead and reset it. Hit that reset button. Now let's get our max reading at 35 hertz. Alright, so there you go. So on this particular test at the volumes I had, nothing was maxed out, but we did 143.47 at 35 hertz. And it'll also show you, if you do a couple tries, it'll save the recent peaks right there, so you can see, you know, if you take a few tries to see, you can take your best one. So really cool SPL meter. This one's a little bit pricey. I'll put a link in the description if you want to buy it. It's about $400. So I just wanted to show you, you don't even have to use a phone with this one. As you can see on here, it will store the highest SPL of the certain frequency. So see it shows right there that we did 143.47 at 35 hertz. So you don't even have to use your phone. So that's kind of a cool feature too. You can use this standalone or with the phone. So very cool. It's got suction cups already on there. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really cool SPL meter. Really helps you find out where you're at, and also with the live frequency, it helps you figure out if you're missing something or lacking on a certain frequency.